College football playoff. What the hell was that? You got to be kidding me. What is going on, everybody? It's your boy POLK, a.k.a. a.k.a. the goddamn truth. And you can tell by that intro how I'm feeling. You could probably look on my face as I look directly into this camera and see how I'm feeling. I might be the goddamn truth, but the playoff committee is full of lies, full of trash, and full of garbage. What you just witnessed today was one of the greatest tragedies in the history of college football. The precedent's been set. College football committee, you just set the precedent that the games on the field mean absolutely nothing anymore. All that matters is how you look. College football playoff committee just came in here and decided that the only thing that matters is how you look. It doesn't matter that you actually win the football games. It doesn't matter that you actually cover majority of the spreads. It doesn't matter that even in the midst of adversity, with third-string quarterbacks, second-string quarterbacks, you still find a way to win. It doesn't matter that the defense had an all-time performance. If you don't look cute on offense, they don't want to watch you play football. That's what you just proved with them people in that room. You just proved that the games on the field no longer mean anything to you. If you haven't heard, and you're living under a rock, FSU's been hoed, bamboozled, and led astray. Number 5 in the college football playoff ranking. Bama 4, Texas 3, Washington, Michigan. Michigan did not schedule a single out-of-conference opponent worth a damn, and yet somehow FSU outgained Michigan last night with a third-string quarterback. Yeah, how someone looks at Michigan's resume and says they belong in a college football playoff, but Florida State doesn't. Based off what? Based off because you think they have some good players? Based off because they're Michigan and look pretty going forward? Based on what? Bama should have lost to Auburn. They didn't. An Auburn team that got waxed by New Mexico. Life or death with USF. Oh, and by the way, Bama lost double digits at home in prime time. But they're in over Florida State. You just showed me that the games on the field don't mean anything. To disrespect the other 21 starters on that team and the other 70 players or however many players are on a roster because one player got hurt should be criminal. The decision of this board should be sent up to Congress. I don't give a damn. I'm on that type of time. Congress should investigate the playoff committee because what you just saw was egregious. Absolutely disgusting by the playoff committee. What is the point of scheduling tough out-of-conference games if you're not going to get rewarded? What's the point of playing games in September and October if you don't care how they looked in September and October and all you care about is how a team looked like in November going into December? What's the point of playing the games then? Booger McFarland said it the best. Let's just line everybody up on a stage, do a pageantry, and say these 4 teams look the prettiest and not even play games anymore. Because that's what you just did. That's what you just did. That's what you just did. Bama's not penalized for losing double digit at home as a favorite to Texas, but Florida State is penalized for being 13-0 and winning every game and covering the spread in all of those games. How? How do you make that happen? How do you make that decision? I had faith in the playoff committee up until this point. I said there's no way you leave an undefeated FSU out. They earned that. That's what you play the games for, to get on the field in between the hashes and settle it there. God forbid Patrick Mahomes ever gets hurt at one point through the season and you tell the Chiefs, well, you don't get to make the playoffs even though you're 13-3 or 14, whatever the record is. You don't get to make the playoff because Patrick Mahomes got hurt for the season. You'd never see that in the NFL. That's the point of playing the games, so you earn the right to make the playoff. And yet here we are with a committee that's saying you might have earned the right, but you don't look good enough. We're going to put another team in. That's what you just saw tonight, folks, or today on this glorious Sunday. On the Lord's Day, you just saw the devil rear his ugly head. That's what you just saw here. Is a committee say, yeah, you won, but because a guy got hurt, or at least that's the justification you'll use, you got to throw the SEC back in the mix. Get the hell out of here. So why doesn't Ohio State, if that's the narrative, get any benefit of the doubt? They lost to the number 2 team in Michigan. Ohio State doesn't get a nod over Bama. Ohio State didn't lose double-digit favorites at home in prime time. And I'm not even making a case for Ohio State, but I think you understand what I'm saying and where I'm going with that. Absolutely god-awful decision by the committee. I never thought I'd see the day, but I guess here we are. It's always something to be a Seminole, baby. The hate is real. The ESPN agenda, you just proved, everybody that said ESPN had an agenda against FSU, you just proved it on the national scale by putting Bama in the playoff. The SEC should be on the outside looking in. Their best team lost the conference championship, and their second best team was a double-digit loser at home. How is the SEC in the championship? When Florida State's got a better record over the SEC over the last 2 or 3 years than most of the SEC. I don't know if I've ever been this animated before, but this is one of the most god-awful decisions I've ever seen in this sport. And I'll close out on this. If I'm Mike Norvell, to hell with the bowl game. Decline it. I don't want any parts of it. We're not playing in a bowl game. As far as I'm concerned, last night was the last time you'll see Florida State for the rest of this year. Jarrett Verse, and if we do take a bowl game, I don't want Trey Benson to play in it. I don't want Jarrett Verse to play in it. I don't want Johnny to play. None of the NFL guys, rest up, get healthy, go make your money. To hell with that bowl game. To hell with it. Mike Norvell and Mike Alford need to sit down and have a serious conversation about that bowl game and whether or not Florida State should play in it or not. Because you just shit on all those kids that worked hard and earned the right. Bama, Tech, they got a loss. Florida State doesn't, and you just shit on them. And with all that said, man, I'm out. I ain't got nothing else. As you can see, I'm hot. I'm heated. One of the worst decisions ever made. It's your boy POLK over on 863 Seminole TV. Normally I say stay classy. To hell with that. Be everything but classy today, Seminole fans. Because you just got disrespected. Disrespect gets returned with disrespect. I'm out here, y'all. Go Noles. Playoff committee, you can go to hell.